Okay, YouTube. So today my brother put out a ad on Kijiji looking for things to work on, and a guy dropped this 82 uh, 250R off. Uh, he says it runs and drives. Like my brother just washed it off and drove it into the shop here. Because there's just a little bit of mud on it, but he just wanted to get the engine pretty clean, so because he's going to tear the top end off because it's got some cylinder slap. The guy said that it could potentially be already bored over 20, but he wasn't sure. So we're going to tear into it, or my brother's going to tear into it to see if it has been bored out, if the cylinder is out of round, or what's going on in there, to see what makes this slapping noise. This thing's pretty clean for how old it is. It's been ridden, but it's pretty nice. He said he still has the original gold rims for the back too, but someone must have put these aftermarkets on with those tires. So yeah, he'll tear this apart a little more, and then I'll update you a little bit more on what's going on with it. So he's got the head off here now, and as you can see in there, it's fairly scratched up. It's gonna need to be bored, probably. New piston and rings.
Maybe just honed.
Maybe just honed might be able to save it, but there is a few pretty deep scratches in that cylinder wall there, but it's not too bad. Like the back's got a little bit too, but this guy brought it to us just in time. Another thing he said it was broken on it is this carburetor cap. He's got a brand new carb coming though. Notice that it's missing a rear caliper, but who knows what's going on there. So he's gonna get into this a little bit more, and then I'll get back to you with what's going on. Alright, so he's got the head off now, and you can tell that piston's fairly worn. It says 25 on the top, so that's kind of an indicator that it's bored 25 over. We're not sure. He's gonna do some measurements on this cylinder here, or the piston. Yeah, you can. It's scored, but it is old enough to have one of those cast iron sleeves put in it instead of the Nicosil heads. So he's gonna measure how wide the piston is to see if it's 25 over, or if it's just a stock one, or what. But with that number written on the top, it potentially is. So we'll get back to you when we get to that point. Okay, so here's the piston out of the bike. It's pretty scored up, and right around here, that bottom ring is stuck in the piston. So he's gonna order some a piston and rings, and the rod bearing there, and get it back together. Right now he's in the process of cleaning the aluminum that came off the piston, off of the cylinder here, which it's looking a lot.
It's
helping.
Aluminum transfer from the piston.
Yeah, he's taking off the aluminum transfer from the piston onto the cast sleeve with this muriatic acid. You can get it anywhere. We got it at Home Hardware.
And you just use a Q-tip and
you just use Q-tips.
Put it on the aluminum for a lot. I don't know how long, not very long. And then I've been wiping it off.
I'm not sure if you heard that there, but he said he just uses a Q-tip, wipes it onto the
Only
cast
where
here,
there's aluminum.
wherever there's aluminum. Like let's say right in here, there probably would have been aluminum where all those scores are. And he's wiped the Q-tips there to clean off the aluminum, and then wiped it down with this rag to get the excess stuff off. He also uses a little bit of Scotch-Brite to help,
And brake cleaner.
and some brake cleaner to wash off the.
Don't get it on the aluminum because it'll fuck the aluminum up.
Yeah, he said don't get it on your aluminum because it'll just eat your aluminum. Like the head is aluminum and the sleeve is cast. So don't get it on your aluminum head. It will eat it. Yeah, don't get it in your reed cage. Don't get it in anything but your cast iron sleeve where there's aluminum transfer. Yeah, I'll get
I'm gonna hone it now.
He's gonna hone it now, and I'll get a little clip of him doing that here in a minute. Okay, when you're using this muriatic acid, wear gloves like he is and wear face protection because this stuff's very strong smelling, and it's corrosive too. So gloves, preferably you'd wear safety glasses too so you don't splash in your eye, but he's being very careful and only using little bits at a time. So yeah, you wear your PPE